I'm having a really hard time with this headline about the 1.2 million mortgages that are coming up for renewal this year. The underbelly of the story is this. If you were fortunate enough to secure a property 5 years ago and then fix your rate, the rates 5 years ago for the Bank of Canada were 1.75%. Compare and contrast that to 3% now, we're up by 1.25%. And if you were lucky enough to lock in 5 years ago, the amount of principal that you've paid down on your mortgage because of the amount of money you've saved on your monthly interest payments is really, really absurd. The second thing is that 5 years versus now, property values have gone up significantly. In fact, at the peak in 2022, that was the peak of our market when things started going in a different direction. If you bought at that time, if you look at the numbers from that time to now, you're about $50,000 from a full recovery. So if you locked in, the difference between the 1.75 and 3% today is about $100 on a $100,000 loan. So if your mortgage is $600K, your payments went up by $600, but you've probably been very fortunate enough to lock in and save a ton of money. Your properties have also appreciated, which means that you should be laughing. And although your payment goes up a little bit, you can now refinance your property without re-stress testing and get very competitive rates. So the part of the story is that yes, it's a headline, but the other part of it is that the 20% that have the variable, they've had to weather the storm, and now they're kind of acclimated to this. But the overwhelming majority of people are not impacted. From my perspective, the people that are impacted are the ones that lost their jobs, had things happen, and that $100 per $100,000 mortgage is going to be an impact. So I can appreciate that. But most people that came out of this are now looking really strong, and they've padded a ton of equity. And that's the part of the story that nobody's talking about.